Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Madden franchise or series, whatever the fuck you guys feel like calling it. As always, this is going to be the series that just will remain nameless no matter what happens here. Today we're going to be looking at the fucking Bears against the Packers. At this point in the season, when it came to fantasy, nobody was pretty much starting anyone from these teams. Both teams were teams that you didn't want players from a fucking 8-mile radius because both were pretty much seemed to be ass. The Bears proceeded to be ass. The Packers ended up making the playoffs, surprising a lot of people, so you might see more of them later in the season. But for week one here, I could be mistaken, but I think this is our smallest list yet of players that are going to be impacted from fantasy. You have a few players for a few teams, but unless you're Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled or PMC Wagner in this game really didn't affect you too much. I'll go over all the players that are going to be had here. For quarterbacks, like I said, Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled has Justin Fields, so it's a pretty decent impact there. In terms of the running backs, you have myself, who has Khalil Herbert. You have Aaron Jones, owned by Big Yawners, one of his only two remaining players at this point. In terms of receivers, you have Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled owning wide receiver 2, Jaden Reed of the Packers, the rookie. You have PMC Wagner owning DJ Moore, the wide receiver 1, the really good player for the Bears. Then you move on over to tight end. You had MILF owning Luke Musgrave of the Packers. And then you move over to the defensive side of things here. Nobody had the team defense or kickers. You move into the defensive side of things here, and in terms of the linebackers, you had Tremaine Edmonds owned by Mr. Steeler Girl, TJ Edwards owned by PMC Wagner, Devondre Campbell owned by PMC Wagner. You also had Quay Walker owned by Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled. In terms of the DBs, you had Jonathan Owens owned by Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled, Jaquan Brisker owned by PMC Wagner, and that's actually it for the DBs. And then we only had one defensive lineman total owned here. It was Yannick Ngakwe of MILF. So you have a few players that have a couple players, but really there's two teams that have quite a few players in this game, and that's PMC and Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled. So that's where the big impact's happening. You might, if you're in a close game, want to pay attention to this one, but other than that, for the most part, this is going to be a very uneventful game for most of your fantasy games. This is mostly just tying up a few loose ends, plus it's a pretty big matchup for Scrambled against PMC. So let's see what ends up happening here. Also, I forgot to mention the notable players out in this game are cornerback 3 for the Packers, Eric Stokes. He's a 77 overall in Madden. He was out for this game. And wide receiver 1, Christian Watson, was actually out during this game as well for the Packers. He's like a 78 overall. So the Bears do have a little bit of an edge going into this game. But overall, they're still probably going to get their ass kicked if I had to bet. But I guess we'll just find out. Being a Bears fan, it is once in a fucking blue moon the Bears actually beat the Packers. And funny enough, in my simulations, I have never seen the Bears actually beat the Packers there either. So odds are saying the Bears are going to lose, even with the Packers having the arguable worst roster here. But either way, it looks like the Packers are going to kick off from the 35. It's going to land at the Bears' left side of the end zone. He's going to take it out from his own 1-yard line. He's going to try to return it down the middle. He's going to cut towards the middle part of it, but he's only going to get to the 19-yard line. A poor kick return. Returned by Tyler Scott, the Bears' rookie wide receiver. In this game, the Bears were missing Velus Jones Jr. as well, but he's too low of an overall to really matter. Here comes Justin Fields, DJ Moore. Quite a few big players here for Scrambled and PMC, like I said. Nothing too major here, though. First play is going to be a play action. This is going to be a run by Justin Fields of Scrambled Wiggle Waggle, who's going to fight forward for about a pickup of 11 yards on the play. He's brought down by number 59, I believe that was. I think that might have been Devondre Campbell of PMC Wagner. So an 11-yard pickup for Scrambled, a 2-yard or a 2.0 pickup on a tackle solo for PMC Wagner right off the bat. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line after a nice run by Justin Fields. This is going to be another play action fake. This one's going to go out to the right. This time he's not going to get anywhere, though. He's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage before being brought down by number 34. I think that's Rudy Ford. Or no, it's Jonathan Owens of Scrambled and Wiggle Waggle, just chairing tackle solos. I thought that was Rudy Ford. I guess that was Jonathan Owens. But looks like PMC Wagner and Scrambled Wiggle Waggle each enjoying a tackle solo so far, with Scrambled Wiggle Waggle also having a rushing first down. This is going to be the same play for the third time in a row. Now, if this isn't the Bears in real life, I don't know what is. Going to be sacked by Rashad Gary for a loss of 2. I don't know for sure if Madden's going to credit that a sack, but either way, nobody really has the Packers team defense or Rashad Gary, so it's not going to matter. I think for scrambled, that's going to count as a loss of 2 rushing yards. I could be wrong, but like I said, we'll find everything out for sure at the ending of the game. Justin Fields is looking for a pass. He's rolling out to the right for like the 8th time in this game already, and he's going to be brought down by Rashad Gary. That's certainly going to be credited as sack, and the Bears are going to be stuck at 4th and 20. Now, this is the Bears that I know running the same exact play four times in a row. The 4th time wasn't exact, or the 3rd time. No, that was the 4th time. The 4th time not exactly being the exact same play, but it still ended up being a rollout to the right, which got him sacked. And the O-line really hasn't been looking good. Trenton Gill on to punt from his own 10-yard line. This is going to go out to the Packers' 35-yard line. It looks like he's going to try to fight for a yard or two. He's going to actually push forward for a few tackles, or he's going to break a few tackles and get all the way to about the 44-yard line. Very nice punt return there for Green Bay. I think that's Keyshawn Nixon. Right now, he's not going to be a big player. Towards the later half of the fantasy season, he might be a bigger impact, but for now, not really. In terms of the players here, you're going to have quite a few defensive players of the Bears, including Jaquan Brisker, T.J. Edwards, and Ike Ngakwe, and Tremaine Edmonds owned by a few people. And then you're going to have Aaron Jones and Jaden Reed being the 2 big impacts on the offensive side of the ball. Luke Musgrave of MILF as well. Jordan Love on the first play is going to roll out to the right. He's going to get hit on the throw. That's a duck ball, and that's going to go out of bounds, luckily for Jordan Love. His first play is going to be pressured heavily by Rasheem Green, the former Houston Texan. But yeah, you have Aaron Jones owned by Big Yawners, Jaden Reed by Scrambled Wiggle Waggled. You have Luke Musgrave owned by MILF. This is going to be a play-action pass. Jordan Love looking to the right. That's going to be incomplete, just over the head of, I think that might have been Jaden Reed, but I can't see the number for sure. It might have been Bobby Melton. 3rd and 10 for these Packers. Let's see what ends up happening here. 3rd and 10 from their own 44-yard line. They're going to look for a 3rd pass. This is going to be intended to the right. This one's going to be brought in. Oh, no, it's going to be popped out. I think that one was intended for Luke Musgrave of MILF, but it's going to be popped out, and that's going to be a 4th and 10. It looks like that's going to be a 3-and-out forced by this Bears defense. But, yeah, as if I didn't really have enough time to say it, you had T.J. Edwards owned by PMC, Jaquan Brisker owned by PMC, Tremaine Edmonds owned by Mr. Steeler, and Ike Ngakwe owned by MILF. From that defensive side of things here, you're going to have Tyler Scott attempting a punt return here. He's going to roll out to the left, it looks like. He's going to fight forward for a couple yards. Overall, pretty solid return, getting back to the 25-yard line. Can't complain about that in the slightest. Let's just see if the Bears decide to do any other play call in the book other than scrambling to the right, which I kind of doubt, but I guess we'll find out. And so far, Big Yawners is not happy because he absolutely needs his players to ball out because he only has 2 people remaining, and he's only up by not a couple points, but not enough to have a comfortable lead. This is going to be a handoff to Khalil Herbert, who's going to run to the right, and he's going to fucking fumble the ball after a pickup of about 7, maybe 6. The fumble forced by Jair Alexander, the all-pro corner. Let's see if he was down before he fumbled, though. It was kind of hard to tell based on that angle. Yeah, this is going to be a booth review right here. Here comes the fucking refs. Honestly, you guys don't even need to watch this if this is anything like real life. You don't even have to watch the play. The call is just going to go in favor of the Packers no matter what happens. But either way, also know that was not Jair Alexander who forced the fumble. I don't know what kind of crack Madden is smoking. Jair Alexander had the fumble recovered, not the forced fumble. It was actually the safety, Darnell Savage, who forced the fumble. But it looks like the Bears are going to get credited the down by contact, so I'm overall going to get a pickup of 6 for my running back, Khalil Herbert. Let's see what the Bears do here. This is going to be a screen pass. This one's going to be to the right. This is Chase Claypool, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, who at this point in the season was still a Chicago Bear. That's going to be a nice pickup of 11 for Scrambled Wiggle Waggle, brought down by a mix of Packers. Chase Claypool at this point already has more catches than he pretty much had in the entire Bears season. Of course I'm kidding, but still, Chase Claypool was ass. Fun fact, Chase Claypool was the only receiver besides DJ Moore to catch a touchdown for the Bears since week 4 of the NFL season. This is going to be a handoff to Khalil Herbert to the left. He's going to fight forward for 2. Overall, nothing too impressive, but a couple fractions of a fantasy point there. It looked like Quay Walker of Scrambled Wiggle Waggle might have been the one who got the points there, but we'll see at the end of the game, of course. Justin Fields in the shotgun formation, looking for a pass. He's going to get this one off to the right. That one's going to be caught. I think that's Darnell Mooney who's going to fight forward for a very nice pickup. He's a nifty little fuck. He can't catch very well in traffic, but he can route run very good. He has very good speed. Overall, he's a good receiver, but he just does not have the best hands. But if you're able to set him up in a wide open situation for those catches, that's where he can thrive. But nobody owned him in fantasy at this point. This is just helping scramble and wiggle waggle with these passing yards so far. Bears at the Packers' 45-yard line. It's going to be a scramble to the left. He's going to fight forward to about the 40-yard line. He's going to take a hit or two. He's going to get brought down by, I think that's a pickup of 5, brought down by number 34. I think we said that was Jonathan Owens of Scramble and Wiggle Waggle. Yes, it is. But Scramble and Wiggle Waggle is going to get the tackle solo and the 5 rushing yards, so 2.5 points right there. 2nd and 5 from the Packers' 40-yard line. Justin Fields is going to stand into the left side of the pocket. He's going to throw this ball to DJ Moore of PMC Wagner. He's going to catch that after a pickup of a first down. It looks like a nice pickup of 12 yards right there for PMC Wagner, but Scrambled Wiggle Waggle does get the 12 passing yards, though, to try to even that out. Fields is back in the shotgun formation. The Bears offense is starting to find some life here. Let's see what they end up doing here. 1st and 10 from the Packers 28. Packers sending a double linebacker blitz. Justin Fields going to roll out to the right. He's going to get the pass off to Chase Claypool. He's going to be brought down by Quay Walker after a pickup of 7. The Bears are starting to find their stride a little bit here. There's the rookie right tackle who so far has been struggling in this game against Rashawn Gary, to say the least, but maybe he can start to pick things up as the game goes on. 2nd and 3 from the Packers' 21-yard line. The Packers are going to be sending a one-on-one with DJ Moore and Jair Alexander. It looks like Jair Alexander is going to get the best of that matchup. 3rd and 3 from the Packers' 21-yard line here. 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see what the Bears end up doing here. They have Khalil Herbert back in the backfield. Justin Fields is going to give this pitch off to the left to Khalil Herbert, who's going to not be able to get to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down after a loss of about 2 or 3. I think that was Devondre Campbell of PMC Wagner who's going to get that tackle for loss, and this is going to have to make the Bears settle for a field goal, I can only imagine. I think their kicker at this point in the season was Cairo Santos, on to attempt the around 30-yard field goal, a little bit more, counting the end zone and all that fun stuff. Kick is going to be up. It is going to be good. The Bears are actually beating the Packers. How about that? That ain't going to last long, but you know what? It's fine. So the Bears overall have the lead 3-0. Both offenses have had some very big struggling moments, but at least the Bears were able to put together a solid drive there and get 3 out of it. Bears are going to kick this one off to the Packers' left side of the field. He's going to return it from about the 3-yard line. He's going to cut back in towards the middle. He's going to get to the 20, maybe to the 24-yard line. 23, it looks like, he's going to get credited before being brought down by a Chicago Bear. I couldn't tell what that number was, so I can't tell you who it is. But either way, here comes Jordan Love back out there to see what he can do. So far, nobody on this Packers offense has any fantasy points. Jordan Love's looking for a pass. He's looking down the right side. He's now stepping in, but he's going to get sacked by a mix of Yannick Ngakoue and Justin Jones. Yannick Ngakoue, owned by MILF. He's probably going to get credited a half sack right there. And that's going to take us into the second quarter, but that's overall a pretty big play for MILF. It is interesting. MILF's playing against J-Bay. I'm really hoping J-Bay is able to somehow pull together a win in this Madden franchise. That's my goal by the end of the series, is to watch and witness J-Bay perform himself a win, because that has not happened yet. But either way, let's see what the Packers do here at their own 18-yard line. 2nd and 16 after the big sack by the Bears D-line. Jordan Love is going to hand this one off to Aaron Jones of Big Yawners. He's going to be immediately met after a pickup of about 4 by Mr. Steeler Girls, Tremaine Edmonds. So things are just not looking great for Big Yawners here. Every time he gets points, Mr. Steeler Girl just matches it and then adds some. 3rd and 12 from their own 21-yard line. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass here. He's looking down the middle. He's really looking down the middle. Now he's going to get sacked. I think that might be Rasheem Green, the former Houston Texan, making it 4th and 21 all the way to his own 12-yard line. A huge play for the Bears defense. This D-line is looking much better than even I thought they would here in this game so far, especially on that drive. And the Packers' offensive line is not bad by any means. They have a very good left tackle. They have a better than average left guard, probably arguably a top 10 left guard. The right side of their O-line isn't great, but for the most part, the pressure's been coming from both sides of the line, surprisingly enough. This punt's going to be returned from the Bears' 45-yard line. He's going to get to the 50-yard line and get stuffed immediately from there. He's going to be brought down, but it's hard to see the numbers on the kick returns, to be honest here. I'm glad they're really showing off my player and his 5 rushing yards. What would we do without that? But the Bears have great field possession here. If they're not stupid, they shouldn't have any problem getting at least 3 on this drive. Let's see what they do. Justin Fields is going to look for a pass. He's going to throw it down the middle. This is going to be a deeper pass. This is going to be caught by Chase Claypool, who's going to run all the way down to the 10-yard line to the 5. He's going to get a touchdown. A huge, huge play for scrambled and wiggle-waggled. Justin Fields is really starting to hook up with these receivers here. There's Darnell Mooney celebrating in the background. He's going fucking ham. There's DJ Moore. All 3 of the receivers are going crazy here. But that's a huge, huge play for scrambled and wiggle-waggled right there. A 50-yard touchdown pass from his Justin Fields. Nobody started Chase Claypool in any of these games. Thank God. If you did, I'd say you were smoking some sort of crack. But overall, that's a big play for Chase Claypool and Justin Fields of scrambled wiggle-waggled, who's undoubtedly happy to see that one. The Bears are up 10-0 on this game so far. Very surprising kickoff so far here, to say the least. The Packers are going to return this one. Going down the middle, he's probably going to cut back in towards the left side, if I had to guess. He's going to try to, but he's just going to keep going down the middle. He's going to get all the way to the 32, maybe 34-yard line. Now, he's going to get credited to the 32, but overall, a very, very solid kick return. The Bears' special teams has looked like their weakest link so far when it comes to their returns. The Packers have done very well in the kick return so far in this game, while the Bears really haven't so far. They did have one good punt return, but other than that, the returns have been horrible for the most part, and then they've been giving up a lot of yards to the Packers. Here's Jordan Love looking for the pass. He's looking to the right. That one's going to be caught. I think that's Bobby Melton. I don't think that's Jaden Reed. I could be mistaken, but that's going to be a pickup of 8. I can't really tell. It's not showing his jersey. I'm too busy staring at the ass of the referee here. Oh, no, that is going to be Jaden Reed of Scrambled Wiggle-Waggled. So far, Scrambled Wiggle-Waggled is having a very nice game here. 2nd and 2 from their own 40-yard line already, thanks to that nice kick return. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass. This is going to the right to Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed gets another catch. He's going to be brought down by a mix of Bears, including Jaquan Brisker and Yannick Ngakoue of MILF and PMC, respectively. But overall, that's a nice 2 plays for Scrambled Wiggle-Waggled, earning him a total of 3.5 points right there. Here comes Jordan Love looking in the shotgun formation to hand this one off to Aaron Jones to the right, who's going to get a very nice pickup of about 8 to 9 yards before being brought down by a whole fucking mix of Bears. It's almost impossible to say who's going to get credited literally anything for that play just because there were so many people involved. 2nd and 1 from the Bears' 44-yard line. The Packers offense starting to come to life now. This is going to be a pass to Jaden Reed to the left. A very, very nice trick play here. He's going to be brought down by a mix of Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, and one more after a nice pickup there. His 3rd catch in a row for Scrambled and Wiggle-Waggled. Jaden Reed has caught all 3 catches completed by these Packers so far in this game. Very, very nice plays by him so far, to say the least. Here comes the Packers. This is going to be a play action. It looks like Jordan Love's going to roll out to the right, getting pressured by Jack Sanborn. This is going to be hit by fucking Jaden Reed again, who's going to break the tackle from Jalen Johnson and get a huge gain out of it for about 20 right there. Scrambled Wiggle-Waggled is absolutely cooking up in this game for no reason at all. Evan might perform the win yet again on PMC Wagner. Maybe Scrambled Wiggle-Waggled owns PMC Wagner. Jaden Reed on this drive, 4 catches, 42 yards. Fantastic performance here. What's going to happen at the Bears' 17-yard line, though? This is going to be a play action. Jordan Love looking for a pass. This one's going to be caught for a pickup of 3. I didn't get a chance to see the number on it, though. I think it might have been A.J. Dillon, if I'm not mistaken, after a pickup of 3. Nobody at this point in the season was starting him. Later in the season, you'll see Toxic Zenpai using him a little bit. But for the most part, people really didn't use A.J. Dillon in this franchise, to say the least. It's going to be a pass to the left. That one's going to be caught. That's a huge catch. I think that might be, I can't even tell. It's number 80? I think that's Bobby Melton, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that's Romeo Dobbs. Yeah, that's Bo Melton. He's going to catch the first touchdown of the Packers season. And that's not really going to help anyone from a fantasy point of view. Nobody had Jordan Love at this point starting. Nobody really had Bo Melton. Maybe Bo Melton will play an impact later in the season. I don't think so, though, especially with Christian Watson returning. But the extra point's going to be up and good. Score's going to be 7-10 in a surprisingly offensive game so far. Let's see what the Bears end up doing to respond here. The momentum's still well in the Bears' favor, but let's see if they can hold the lead. Usually in this situation is where they choke things away. Tyler Scott on to attempt another kick return. This time he's going to the left. He's going to cut more towards the rightish side of the left, but he's only going to get to the 22-yard line again. That's going to cost him another 3 yards. Here comes Justin Fields back out there. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left of the clock. All 3 timeouts remain for both teams, though. Justin Fields with the handoff to the right. This to Khalil Herbert, who's going to get one block. He's going to make sure he has some nice patience. He's going to fight forward for an extra few yards there. A nice pickup of 7 for Khalil Herbert in an otherwise quiet day. Clock is ticking, about 2 minutes and 25 seconds still on the clock. It's going to go all the way down to 2:11 with it still ticking. See what the Bears end up deciding to do here on 2nd and 3 from their own 28-yard line. This is going to be a play, or not a play action. This is going to be a fake handoff. This is going to be a hold on Darnell Mooney on the left. A very nice pickup by Justin Fields, but overall Darnell Mooney's not going to get away with that hold. Oh my God, Justin Fields is going to be absolutely power slammed by Quay Walker. But yeah, you could see it from a mile away. This is going to be a holding on Darnell Mooney, number 11 for the Bears. So that leaves the Bears 2nd and 10, basically negating everything Khalil Herbert did on the first play and killing some of their time and the 2-minute warning. Justin Fields in the shotgun is going to look for a pass, though. This is going to be caught by Chase Claypool, who is going to pick up the first down, but not... Oh, he's actually going to break a tackle. He's going to get quite a few more, and this is going to be another penalty. This is probably going to be on the Bears. I think that's Darnell Mooney with another hold, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's another hold for Darnell Mooney. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's a hold on Darnell Mooney. I might have seen it wrong, but let's see. Yeah, Darnell Mooney with his second hold in 2 plays is absolutely selling. He didn't need to do that. That would have been a first down without the hold. 2nd and 6 now, and that wastes more time on the clock. Justin Fields lined up in the shotgun again. They're going to look for a pass. This is going to be down the middle of the seam. That's Cole Kmet with a huge pickup on the play, brought down by Rudy Ford, the safety for the Packers. A very, very nice pickup there. Where's the hold? We got to call this one back too. But nope. That one's going to stay. Scrambled wiggle waggle will get those 32 passing yards right there. Very big play for Justin Fields, who's actually cooking up in this franchise so far. 1st and 10 from the Packers' 42-yard line now. Justin Fields looking for a pass. He's looking long. He's taking his time. He's not going to take the scramble. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to take the tackle. He's not sliding at all, and that's going to force a fumble. A very poor decision by Fields. He needs to start taking those slides, but he does pick up 4 for scramble and wiggle waggle, though. This is going to be a big fumble game, it looks like. He was brought down by Devondre Campbell, so we'll see how all this affects the points at the ending of the game. Because fumbles are definitely not a good thing. No turnovers yet in this game. There's been quite a few fumbles, but no actual turnovers. 2nd and 6 from the Packers' 38-yard line. Just a few more yards before field goal range. This is going to be a pass broken up, intended for Cole Kmet. If that ball is placed a little bit ahead of him, that would have been a first down and probably a lot more, but since it was thrown behind him, that's going to be a broken up pass for Devondre Campbell. 3rd and 6 from the Packers' 38-yard line. Justin Fields lined up in the shotgun again, looking for a pass. He can't take the sack here. He's going to throw this one to the right. Looks like he's just going to... Is he going to catch that? Is that going to be Chase Claypool making a toe drag? I don't think I've ever seen Chase Claypool in my life actually make a catch, yet alone a toe drag catch. What a phenomenal catch by Chase Claypool, who for some reason in this franchise has no hair but has shadow for his hair. Thank God for Chase Claypool. But that's a first down for Justin Fields and scramble to wiggle waggle, though. At the Packers' 29-yard line, the Bears are in a position to score here. They just don't have to fuck it up. Looks like Justin Fields is going to roll towards the middle. He's going to be sacked, maybe? Yeah, that's going to count as a Quay Walker sack for scrambled and wiggle waggled. After a loss of 2, the clock will keep ticking. The Bears are going to call a timeout with 45 seconds on the clock. 2nd and 12 at the Packers' 30-yard line. This is going to be in field goal range, but if they keep taking sacks, they could easily slip out of it. So right now the Bears just have to not be stupid here. But they do have one timeout here. 2nd and 12, 45 seconds on the clock. Justin Fields is back in the shotgun. He's looking for a pass. He's looking down the left side. He's now rolling out to the left. He's running out to the left. He's going to get a nice scramble. He's going to get a nice pickup of about 12, now about 17. He's going to get a huge pickup on the play. That's overall a very, very big pickup of 24 on the play. And the 30 seconds keep ticking on the clock. Let's see if the Bears use their timeout or if they're going to save this one. If I'm the Bears, I'm going to hustle to the line and try to take a quick shot and save that timeout. Let's see what ends up happening here. 1st and goal at the Bears 6, or at the Packers 6. Justin Fields is rolling out to the left for another scramble. Looks like he's going to roll out to the left. He's going to try to get the touchdown. That's going to be a touchdown for Justin Fields of scrambled and wiggle waggled. Huge, huge day for Justin Fields here. And scrambled wiggle waggled in general, who's probably making a lot of progress on this game against PMC Wagner. I can't really see the scores yet. Of course, I'll add those up at the ending of the game. Now Justin Fields is twerking, but still, It looks like Justin Fields and all of Scrambled and Wiggle Waggles guys are checking all the boxes they need to and are doing pretty well. This kick is going to be up and good for the Bears, up 17-7 on these Packers. Could Justin Fields be the first one to beat the Packers since 2018 Mitch Trubisky? We'll see here. 17-7 on the clock, or on the scoreboard with 5 seconds on the clock. This is going to be kick return to about the 30-yard line, and now if there wasn't any time on the clock, that would have been a good kick return, but now that kills all their time, so they only have 1 second to get a playoff here. If I'm the Packers, I'm probably just going to take a run here or a kneel down and not risk anything. Let's see what they end up doing here. They're going to look for a pass. Here's Jordan Love. He's going to roll out towards the left. He's going to throw this one to the deep left. I think that's just going to be a thrown away pass. That looks like it's too far. Yeah, that's incomplete. We're going into halftime here, 17-7. The Bears are actually winning a fucking football game. I cannot believe it. Maybe the Bears will actually be competitive in this Madden series. Hell, maybe they'll make the playoffs. Who knows? We'll see here. The Packers do get the ball first. The game is far from over. Knowing the Bears, they'll find a way to choke this lead. Packers are going to take the kneel down here. Probably good news for the Bears, seeing as how much their special teams has given up on return yards so far in this game. Here comes Jordan Love back out to see if he can do anything for these Packers. 17-7 is the score again. Let's see what ends up happening here. Aaron Jones has been quiet in this game. Let's see if the Packers want to try to get him involved, which is exactly what they'll do. They'll hand it off to the left, but he's going to be almost immediately brought down after a loss of 2 by Yannick Ngakoue of MILF. Who, by the way, I thought Yannick Ngakoue was 91. I guess he's actually 90. So maybe MILF didn't get credited that half sack at the beginning of the game. We'll have to find out later. Jordan Love looking for a pass from the shotgun. He's looking to the left. This is going to be a almost picked by Eddie Jackson, the Chicago Bear, who's actually a free agent now. The Bears actually just released him a few days ago at the time of me releasing this video. It's going to be 3rd and 12 here. Jordan Love's going to line up in an isolated shotgun with trips on the right and 2 receivers on the left, including Aaron Jones, who's actually going to set up for the block, it looks like. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass here. This one's going to be caught by, I think that one's Romeo Doubs, who's going to be brought down by Tyreek Stevenson on the left side of the field for about a nice pickup of 14 or so. Romeo Doubs' first catch in the game, of course. See what the Packers end up doing here. This is going to be a handoff to Aaron Jones to the left. He's going to get a pretty nice pickup here, or a pretty okay pickup, that is. He looked like he was going to break off, but he decided to make a stupid cut, and he's going to get brought down by Eddie Jackson after a pickup of 2. But overall, it is 2 yards for Big Yawner, so take that, I guess. If you're Mr. Steeler Girl, you should be shivering your timbers by now. Here comes the Packers. They're going to be giving another handoff to Aaron Jones. This time it's going to be to the right. He's going to make a few cuts, and he's going to fight for about 2, but there really wasn't much he could do. There was about 19 Bears in his way there. Brought down by a mix of Bears, including Jaquan Brisker of PMC Wagner. Jordan Love on 3rd and 6 from their own 43-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass. He's looking to the right. He's going to throw it to the right, down the middle, actually. This is going to be caught by Luke Musgrave of MILF, if I am not mistaken. Yes, it is. That's a very nice pickup for him. Although he has been quiet for the most part of today, but that's a nice pickup there to get MILF started for 3 points. 1st and 10 at the Bears' 38-yard line. They have 3 tight ends set, implying a run. Let's see what they end up doing here. It's actually going to be a pass. It's going to be a quick pass to the right. That one's going to be caught. I think that's going to be Jaden Reed again. I can't see the number, but I think it's Jaden Reed. Yeah, it's going to be Jaden Reed for a pickup of 5. Overall, a pretty solid game for Jaden Reed. A lot of clock left to be played, and he's overall having a pretty good game. Let's see what the Packers do here at the Bears' 32-yard line. Jordan Love is in the shotgun, looking for a pass. This one's going to be to the left. That's going to be caught by Jaden Reed, but it's actually going to lose him a yard. But Scrambled Wiggle Waggle's happy with that, seeing as he does get the reception. So he gets the reception, loses a yard. That's a good trade-off for about 0.9 points if you're Scrambled and Wiggle Waggled. 3rd and 6 at the Bears' 33-yard line. Let's see what these Packers end up doing here. They're looking for a pass. He's looking to the left. This one's going to be caught by Romeo Doubs, who's working on Kyler Gordon pretty well. Looks like Jalen Johnson's doing pretty good in coverage. Tyreek Stevenson's only giving up a catch or 2. But it looks like Kyler Gordon, the Bears' corner 2, is actually looking like the guy who's struggling the most so far in this game. Let's see what ends up happening here. 1st and 10 from the Bears' 18-yard line. Packers already well in field goal range, but they are looking for a touchdown here. Jordan Love on the play action is going to throw this one to the right. That one's going to be Luke Musgrave, who's going to hold this one in, but he's going to be tackled by Jaquan Brisker 3 yards short of the end zone. But Milf is starting to get some fantasy points here to rally in the second half of this game. 2 catches for 35 yards. Definitely not the worst performance I've seen out of a tight end. This sets up potentially big yawners for a touchdown here with Aaron Jones. Let's see what the Packers end up doing here. This is going to be a pitch to Aaron Jones. He's going to run to the left. It looks like he should have the touchdown. He has 1 tackle to beat. He's not going to get there, though. Number 44 on the Bears, I think that's Cruikshank with a very nice clutch tackle. No, it's Noah Sewell. I forgot that in Madden, Noah Sewell was a different number because he changed it in real life at this point. But second and goal from the Packers, or from the Bears 1 yard line. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass. He's now going to roll out to the right. He's going to throw this one to the right. That's going to be broken up. That's going to be incomplete. Jaquan Brisker's helping to make big plays to stop this touchdown from happening. 3rd and 1. Let's see if this Bears D-line and entire team in general can make the stand here and stop these Packers. 3rd and goal at the 1 yard line. Aaron Jones looks like he's about winded. Let's see what they end up doing here. Jordan Love's looking for a pass, looking down the middle. That's going to be caught. I think that's Luke Musgrave who's going to just take the free touchdown right there for Milf. Pretty solid game for Milf, too, having Luke Musgrave. Unique Ngakwe is probably in the red at this point, even if he did get that half sack, but at least Luke Musgrave is doing pretty good. That's going to make the score 13-17. Extra points going to be pending. It's up. It is good. 14-17. Pretty decently good game here so far in this week 1 of our fantasy football league, to say the least. This is going to be a kickoff. It's going to go from the Packers' 35-yard line, of course, to the Bears' end zone. It looks like Tyler Scott's going to attempt the kick return again. He's going to go towards the leftish side. He's going to cut back in towards the left, and he's going to struggle again, lose the Bears another 3 yards. Very, very poor performance out of him so far, to say the least. And I can almost promise you at this point the Bears are going to end up going 3 and out or causing a turnover here for the Packers to take advantage of and score, which will cause the Bears to lose this game, but we'll find out here. 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Khalil Herbert to the right. He's going to get a nice pickup. He's going to get about 8. He's going to fight forward to maybe 9. He's going to get 9 yards on the play. A very nice run for Khalil Herbert. But, like I said, usually if this is anything like real life, this is where the Bears will completely choke everything they've done right. But we'll see. Justin Fields does have DJ Moore in one-on-one on the left. Let's see what they end up choosing to do. They're going to go back to Khalil Herbert. He's going to fight forward. He's going to get the first down and then a few yards after that. So overall, a pretty good run there. Khalil Herbert's doing pretty good in terms of his yards per carry. He just hadn't been used too much in crucial plays. So that means he's not doing great from a fantasy point of view, but that definitely helps if you're Homeland Security or if you're myself. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line, their own 38-yard line that is. This is going to be another handoff to Khalil Herbert, who's going to cut in towards the right. Going to be brought down by Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark after a pickup of 2. But overall, he's still having some solid runs for the most part in this game. That was just a good run defense play by Kenny Clark, the defensive tackle. Here comes the Bears. They have trips on the right. They have a single wide out set on the left. This is going to be a pitch to the right to Khalil Herbert. He's going to run to the right. He's going to get a nice block by Chase Claypool, and then he's going to get a first down, and he's going to fight for quite a few more. This is the good running I'm talking about. He's looking pretty good overall. 8 rushes for 48 yards. This is no exception. He's having about 6 yards per carry. That's pretty good. Let's see what the Bears end up doing here. 4th quarter, up by 3. They have 1st and 10 in the Packers side, or on the Packers side of the field here. The Bears have the car keys to win this game. They have the keys to sit in the driver's seat to hold this game off. They just have to not sell. But the Bears will find a way to lose. I'm telling you guys. We'll just wait and see. Justin Fields from the shotgun is going to look for a pass. He's going to drop back in the pocket. He's going to launch a piss missile down the right side of the field. This one's just going to... Chase Claypool and Justin Fields not on the same page. That actually looked like a good throw by Justin Fields, but Chase Claypool stopped a few yards early and just didn't even try to catch it. But here's the Bears selling, like I said, is going to happen. 2nd and 10 from the Packers' 41-yard line. Justin Fields back in the shotgun. Bears are going to look for a pass, and he's going to be brought down by Devondre Campbell. Like I said, in Madden and in real life, it's so scripted that the Bears will just find a way to lose no matter what the situations are in. So Devondre Campbell for PMC Wagner is going to get a huge sack there on Justin Fields. And yeah, like I said, the Bears have running plays that are working throughout the whole game, but now that it's working and they have a chance to solidify and win the game, they're just going to put Justin Fields in the shotgun every play with no running back. Here's Justin Fields going to look for a pass here. He's going to send a deeper sided pass to the left, but that's not going to be enough for the first down. That's going to be a pickup of 15 for Chase Claypool, which should keep the Bears in field goal range at least for what that's worth, but they're still going to probably not have a chance to get the touchdown on this drive, though. They're going for it. Interesting decision by the Bears. Let's see what they end up doing here. 4th and 3 at the Packers 34. They're going to hand this one off to Khalil Herbert, who's going to cut in. He's going to get the first down here. So the Bears will be able to keep milking this clock from the Packers' 30-yard line. 17-14 is the score. About 5 minutes, 45 seconds on the clock. Now 5:30. Still taking here. Let's see what the Bears end up choosing to do. This is going to be Fields looking for a pass. He's looking towards the right. He's going to have Cole Kmet to the right. He's going to be brought down by Devondre Campbell after a pickup of 9. Nice play there for the Bears. Nothing wrong with that. Keeps the clock rolling. And overall, that's a pretty good play there for both Justin Fields and Cole Kmet. Devondre Campbell having himself a pretty damn good game, if I do say so myself, for PMC Wagner. Here comes Justin Fields, going to give the handoff to Khalil Herbert, who's going to run to the right into Rashawn Gary, who, again, is just going to bully Darnell Wright to get back there and make a big tackle for loss. That's going to be a loss of 5 for Khalil Herbert, setting up a 3rd and 6 for these Bears here. It's going to kill more clock. The Packers down to about 4:30. See what the Bears end up deciding to do here. This is going to be a play action. Fields is going to roll out to the left. He's going to get sacked by Kenny Clark. And yeah, here we go. Let's see what the... Oh my god, he's rubbing his nuts on Fields' forehead. But either way, it's going to be about less than 4 minutes on the clock, just under. It's going to be the Bears attempting a field goal from the 31-yard line of the Packers. Let's see what the Bears end up deciding to do here. They're going to kick the field goal. Well, obviously they're going to kick the field goal in that formation, but they got the field goal. The kick is up and good. So let's see what happens here. Just under 4 minutes of time. That's plenty of time for the Packers, but they need a touchdown here, or they're going to need 2 field goals really quickly. But like I said, knowing the Bears, I'm still about 99% sure they're going to lose this game because I have never seen the Bears actually win a game against the Packers in Madden. For context, I've even had the Bears have a 96 overall team, and I watched them play against a 73 overall Packers team, and they still lost by like 3 touchdowns. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've personally never seen it. Maybe there's a first for everything, but I'm just telling you guys, I think the Bears are going to lose this game, even though they're in a very good position here. But I guess we can only wait and see. Packers on 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 3:53 left on the clock. Jordan Love's going to drop back. He's looking for a pass. He's looking down the middle. He's going to probably hit Aaron Jones. No, he's going to throw it even further and hit Romeo Doubs for a nice pickup of 20 right there on the play. And that's a very good start for this Packers offense. Exactly what they need to have a chance in this game. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now their own 45-yard line. The clock is still ticking. All 3 timeouts do remain, though. This is going to be a quick pass to the right. This one's caught by Jaden Reed of Scrambled Wigwaggle. He's going to be brought down by about 4 Bears. But it's going to be a pickup of 4 nonetheless, and it's going to keep the clock rolling, but that is a 4-yard gain for the Packers. 7 catches for 50 yards. Overall, a pretty solid game if you're Scrambled Wigwaggle with Jaden Reed. See what the Packers end up doing here. 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. Jordan Love's going to look for a pass. This one's going to go out to the left. This one's going to be broken up, incomplete, intended for Luke Musgrave of MILF. This is going to be broken up by the former Philadelphia Eagle TJ Edwards, who is owned at this point by PMC Wagner, but I don't think he's going to get credited any fantasy points for that one, though. 3rd and 6, Jordan Love is going to look for a pass. This one's going to be thrown down the middle, and that's going to be a very, very nice pickup by TJ Edwards right there on the play, causing it to be 4th and 6 for the Packers. The Packers are going to be left with a tough decision here. Either just punt or go for it here. You're already at the 49-yard line, so punting here really sucks, but it looks like that's what they're going to decide to do. Maybe they decide to do a fake. I guess we'll find out. Nope, it looks like they're going to go off for the full-on punt. The punt's going to go and land at the Bears, about 8-yard line. It's going to bounce to the back of the end zone. So overall, a pretty solid play there. That probably couldn't have gone any better for the Bears. Kills a few seconds with the bounce, and it goes in the end zone, so they start out there on 20-yard line anyway. So overall, they're happy. They're not backed into their own 5-yard line or anything like that. Here's Justin Fields going out there. He has a chance to solidify a win over the Packers for the first time since 2018. Let's see if they can do it. First play is going to be a pass by Justin Fields down the middle. That's going to be caught by Darnell Mooney, I believe it was. I didn't see the full number, but I think it was Darnell Mooney after a pickup of 5. It's going to keep the clock rolling, though. This should take us to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, that was Darnell Mooney. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Both teams still have all 3 timeouts. Bears up 20-14. A 6-point lead so far. The Packers absolutely need a touchdown whenever they get the ball back. But the Bears right now could just very much solidify the game right here, right now. We'll see. 2nd and 5 from their own 25-yard line. This is going to be a handoff to Khalil Herbert, who's going to push forward for about 2. Packers are going to call a timeout. 1:58 left on the clock. See what the Bears do here on 3rd and 3. Devondre Campbell with 8 tackles in the game. Justin Fields going to look for a pass. He's rolling out to the left now. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to push forward. He's going to fight. He's going to get the first down. The Packers down to 1 timeout here. The Bears can't ice the game necessarily yet because the Packers still do have that 1 pesky timeout, but this is going to be hard for the Packers to win this game. It's going to be a rollout to the right by Justin Fields. He just cannot fumble here. He's going to break a tackle. Oh, no, he's not actually going to break it. He's going to get the pickup of 4 and then be brought down. 1:48 left on the clock. No timeouts remain for the Packers here. The Bears just cannot turn the ball over right here. It's going to be handoff to Khalil Herbert. He's going to run to the left. That's a first down, and if he does not fumble here, that is the game. That should be enough to just end the game right there on the spot. It looks like the Chicago Bears might beat the Packers for the first time since 2018 with Mitch Trubisky. Maybe Justin Fields is the future in this Madden franchise. I guess we'll find out as the season goes on. First game did look pretty promising, though, for both the defense and the offense. Hell, I think the thing that looked the worst for the Bears was their special teams unit. Their D-line was able to get some pressure off on some plays. Their coverage was good, with the exception of Kyler Gordon, who was struggling pretty hard. Their linebackers didn't really do too much, but I think that's more just the way the Packers were playing the game, not really running much. But either way, the Bears look pretty promising here. In the upcoming weeks, the Packers will get some of their players back, their corner and their receiver Christian Watson back. But so far in this game, the Bears are going to win with the home field advantage in week 1. And we're going to have a pretty solid game for quite a few players here with guys like Justin Fields from Scramble and Wiggle Waggle, Jaden Reed from Scramble and Wiggle Waggle. You had a nice sack for Quay Walker. You had guys like Devondre Campbell have monster performances for PMC. We'll go over all the stats at the end, but I'm just naming guys that I think had a pretty good performance so far, off the top of my head at least. But either way, let's go ahead and take a look at these stats. Yeah, Justin Fields have 143.9 pass rating going, 10 for 13, throwing 163 passing yards, 1 touchdown. He did have a 50-yard bomb as well, which will count for some bonus points right there. But overall, a pretty good performance from him for both fantasy and real life. That's not even counting his rushing. Jordan Love went 15 for 23, 154 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Overall, he had a pretty good game too, but his accuracy just was not on par with Justin Fields. In terms of the running, you had Khalil Herbert go 12 for 59. Justin Fields went 11 for 57 and a touchdown, so some very nice bonus points for Scramble Wiggle Waggle, but he did have that fumble. It was not a fumble loss, just a fumble. Aaron Jones went 6 for 15. In terms of the receiving, Jaden Reed went 7 for 50. Chase Claypool went 5 for 93 and a touchdown. Luke Musgrave went 3 for 36 and a touchdown. Romeo Doubs went 3 for 51. You had Cole Kmet go 2 for 41. You had Darnell Mooney go 2 for 17. Bo Melton had a 14-yard touchdown. A.J. Dillon had a 3-yard catch. DJ Moore had a catch for 12. That's about it in terms of the receiving. In terms of the defense, you had Devondre Campbell have an absolute monster game, going 8 tackles solo, 3 tackle assists, 2 tackles for loss, a sack, a pass deflect on top of it. Very, very good game for Devondre Campbell, to say the absolute least here. Nobody had Rashad Gary, so I'm just going to kind of skip over him. Nobody had Kenny Clark. I'm just going to kind of skip over him. Well, I'll just talk about their stats anyway, just because of the fact that they did have 4 tackles. They had a 3 tackle for loss game and a sack. And I do want to just check to see who had that forced fumble real quick, just because it does count as points, and I don't want to make sure nobody gets screwed over there. It was a forced fumble caused by Quay Walker. I'm just going to scroll through here and make sure nothing else happened that was crazy like that, because I do want to make sure everybody gets their full set of fantasy points, and we'll go and talk about everything else that happened regarding actual important players. So yeah, after that, you had Tremaine Edmonds of Mr. Steeler Girl get 3 tackles solo on the game. Not too great of a game. That's actually a pretty poor performance for his standards, but oh well. Noah Sewell went out there, had 3 tackles solo. You had the kicker Eric Stokes go out there and have 3 tackles solo and a tackle assist, of course. You had Darnell Savage go out there, have 3 tackles solo and a tackle assist, but nobody really had him. Jaquan Brisker of PMC Wagner had 6 total tackles on the game, as well as a pass deflected. Quay Walker of PMC Wagner had 5 tackles on the game. He had a tackle for loss and a sack, as well as a forced fumble. Jonathan Owens of Scrambled Wiggle Waggled had 2 tackles solo and a tackle for loss. Yannick Ngakwe of MILF is not going to get credited the sack. He's going to have a tackle for loss and a tackle solo, though. But overall, definitely disappointing if you're MILF. Rudy Ford went out there and had a whole tackle. Eddie Jackson didn't really do too much. Overall, I don't think anybody really had any of these players in it, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check the list. Yeah, I don't think anybody really had any of these other players. I think we pretty much went over all of the important players, and I don't know what it is with these kickers, getting all these tackles, but either way, that was pretty much the game. There wasn't really too much else to mention. There's no like kick returns or punt returns that are going to count here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Tyler Scott did everything for the Bears, and Keyshawn Nixon did everything for the Packers, so that's going to be about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch you all later. Have a very good one. I might be able to release a second video later tonight before I actually hop off. I might be able to record a second video. We'll just see, because this video probably won't need as much editing as they normally do.